friends, tomorrow me and my husband are taking our family on a picnic and we're going to Versailles, which is a beautiful palace near here. Now when we normally do picnics, I make it really simple, a couple of sandwiches, a bag of crisps, some cucumber, some tomato, and that's fine, the children enjoy it. But because we're going to such a pretty place tomorrow, I wanted to make a bit of an effort and make a special picnic. So I'm going to be making some chicken, I'm going to be making some crustless quiches, or as I call them, tuna egg muffins, I think, on the blog. I'm also going to be doing some sandwiches with some rolls that I'm in the process of making at the moment, some fruit and some tiny chocolate cakes. So it should be a really fun day tomorrow, and I just want to get as much done as I can today so that I can enjoy the picnic tomorrow. I'm just doing these chicken drumsticks really simply with some olive oil, some salt and a few herbs. And they will bake in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. These tuna muffins are so easy to make, and they make a very delicious, tasty snack, which I think will be a great addition to our picnic tomorrow. All you need for this recipe is a large tin of tuna, 4 eggs, a small courgette, and then you can add some fresh herbs. You could even add some onions, or green onions would be great. I tend to just add a little bit of salt. In goes the drained tuna. Four eggs, and now I need to grate this courgette. Mix it up with a fork and it comes together really easily. Now you could add some cheese to this if you liked. You could use carrot instead of courgettes. You could also use bacon instead of tuna. There are so many different ways that you can change this recipe and make it your own, but we like it just simple like this. Now I'll just pop these in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Now I need to get my apron on because I'm going to be preparing the fruit and making some chocolate cake, so that could get a little bit messy. I'm going to make some fruit skewers from some melons, some strawberries and some grapes that I've got here, and it's just for a bit of fun really. These fruit skewers made the picnic feel extra special, and I think they would be a really good idea to make for dessert if you're having company one evening. It makes a very easy dessert, maybe just with a little bit of chocolate drizzled over the top. In the end, I changed my mind about making mini chocolate cakes, and instead I'm making these chocolate muffins. But instead of using cocoa powder, I'm using caroube powder. I'm not sure how you say that in English. I hope I'm getting it right. It's a cocoa alternative, which is a little bit better for you. Some of my children love it, some of my children really don't. So these muffins weren't a hit with everybody, but most of us enjoyed them. I'm using my basic sourdough muffin recipe, except, would you believe it, I forgot to put my sourdough starter in there. So they turned out a little bit on the dry side, still totally edible and delicious. But next time I'll definitely be making sure I don't forget the starter. This batter is really easy to mix up and it comes together in just a few minutes. And now to finish it off, I'm adding just a few chocolate chips to make it a little bit more special. These muffins will bake in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. Another thing I wanted to do to make this picnic a little bit more special was some flavoured water. So I'm adding some mint leaves from the garden, a couple of slices of lemon and a couple of strawberries, and that is going to sit in the fridge and get really well flavoured and nice and cold overnight. I thought I was going to really impress everybody with this water, but it turns out the children really don't like flavoured water. Who would have thought it? It looks so pretty and I thought it tasted delicious, but it was not a hit with the kids. Now it's time to shape my rolls. The dough has been sitting in the fridge waiting for me to have time to shape it and bake it. I used a sandwich dough recipe for these rolls. It's not perfect, so I'm not going to share it with you. I do find working with freshly milled flour quite complicated to get the texture just right. If you don't add enough water, the bread is very dense, and if you add too much, it's really difficult to work with. So these rolls were not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but they made a pretty good sandwich anyway. The next thing on my to-do list is making mayonnaise. I like to have mayonnaise on hand for sandwiches because a couple of my kids can't have butter, and I think that mayonnaise makes a really good replacement for that. Now all that's left to do is to get everything that I've made into containers and ready to go for tomorrow morning. So you saw me shaping my rolls yesterday, then I put them to rise and I baked them later on that afternoon. I left making the sandwiches till the morning of the picnic because I really hate soggy sandwiches, as I'm sure everybody does. They're so much better when they're fresh. So this is the morning of the picnic and I'm just putting these sandwiches together really quickly. I'm glad I got everything else ready yesterday because we can head out of the door and enjoy our day at the park in Versailles. Now all that's left to do is to get everything packed up, get the kids in the car and head out for our day in Versailles to soak up the beautiful weather and the wonderful surroundings. I hope you're getting to spend some time with your family in the outdoors too. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you're up to this summer. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!